Welcome to Udaan for the Disabled, a public benefit non-profit project to help brain-damaged children achieve their full potential as far as possible.
In the first decade, we hardly ever heard of autism, and most of us are unaware what autism is. In the last one decade, we are getting flooded by demands for help for parents and guardians having children with autism. The scenario today is best summarized by one of our ex-staff who has joined another institution. I asked her, "Tell me, how many children on the spectrum do you find in your school?" He said, "Dr. Mukherjee, each class of 50 boys has got one child on the spectrum, but they are of the mild variety. The moderate to severe variety are locked up at home or in few inclusive schools which are available here and there. There is no regular school for autism. So only those with a very mild spectrum get to see the school in any case."
Our main concern today is autism, and the incidence of autism in India is not very different from the rest of the world, as even endorsed by a very recent newspaper article, 30th June Times of India, where the foremost authorities in neurodevelopment from All India Institute and other premier hospitals were interviewed. It is the same worldwide. It's about 1 in 68 newborn children, and taking into consideration that the boys outnumber girls 4:1, this means that in every boys' school of 50 kids per class, one child will be on the autism spectrum, though most cases would be a very mild cases of dyslexia, attention deficit, hyperactivity, high functioning Asperger's and all that. But the really serious cases we hardly get to see, except in centers like Udaan, All India Institute and other such centers handling moderate to severe cases. How do we manage autism? Well, autism, first of all, please understand that this is a multifactorial disorder in which there are about 50 genes which have been identified in various centers worldwide, which may or may not go wrong. Plus there are environmental factors which trigger or aggravate the condition. The sum total is that in the child's body metabolism, there are multiple things that can go wrong, multiple micronutrient levels that are not correct, multiple body functions and protein formations that are not right. Now, to understand this, the first thing we need is that pediatricians should learn to recognize an autistic child at one glance and then go through a proper checklist to identify that this is a probable cause of autism. Send it to a developmental therapist or psychologist to formally diagnose the case, and then know what are the biomedical tests that should be done to ensure that number one, the child has got a balanced, tolerated, allergen-free diet. Number two, balanced, needed micronutrients, meaning vitamins and minerals in the correct dose as applicable to that single child. And third, avoidance of infections, especially of the gut, which have a very strong role to play. For example, a child with autism is doing well, suddenly becomes cranky, but it might be due to a particular infection of the Clostridium family. Suddenly starts acting foolishly and starts having bowel problems, maybe a candida. So these are awarenesses that must come. So the first requirement is a pediatrician who is aware and can recognize an autism child when he sees and sends to the proper condition. This has to be achieved below the age of 3 years, because the brain development is almost 75% complete by 5, which means we only have 2 years to do a serious job of helping the child recover the brain by natural abilities. Yes, standard therapies do have a strong role to play, whether you call it ABA or sensory integration or whatever as per a child's need. But then what are you doing? You are only improving existing functions to the nth degree. Why not revive and recover functions which have been lost? That gives the child a much better prognosis and a much better quality of life. So which means a combination of proper biomedical testing by the pediatrician, availability of the proper dose of micronutrients without contaminants, which is something that India still lacks to a large degree, proper diagnostic labs who can do the specific tests with accuracy accredited to international standards. All these three, recognition, testing and availability of micronutrients, dietitians who understand what is autism and can prescribe a well-tolerated diet, whether it is oxalate-free or the Feingold diet or the GFCF diet, that depends on a case-to-case basis. When this awareness comes, then it is going to help the standard therapists no end, and together we can work to improve the quality of life of the child and bring many more of them back to mainstream life.